everybody a chance.
98.1
Radio Democracy. Radio Democracy. Radio Democracy. On news, views, and entertainment. Radio Democracy. Radio Democracy. Radio Democracy. On news, views, and entertainment.
Radio Democracy 98.1. We believe in no political party. We have no region. We have no tribe. We believe not in social or class standing. We believe in democracy. We believe in the rule of law.
Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people.
From New Englandville Studios, good morning. Welcome to the program Good Morning Salon, where they come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today on Tuesday, February 24, 2026. And where they bring the program to you this Tuesday morning, my name is Usman Kamara.
And Musa Kamara na my name. Good morning. Inside today's edition of the program Good Morning Saloon, the Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General Amara Aidara Bangura, say the decision where the Defense Council being take for trade of Juba military barracks, the decision where the Defense Council take, we get the President, Chief of Defense Staff, and other senior officers then they part of. The German ambassador to Saloon, Pascal Richer, don't call on Saloon government for tap for use them flag on ship them na the Black Mediterranean and Atlantic Ocean, as he alleged say Russia they use their shipyard for transport smuggle to them with the Hamburg World Peace. And today inside the program Radio Democracy go look inside human rights abuse them and other thing them where they happen na the correctional service na the country.
With this and plenty other story than for inside the program this morning, plus according to our allegation, Guinea soldier man them don't arrest over 15 Saloon security personnel them where they between Saloon and Guinea border. Waiting do you gonna inside the program this morning. Members say they listen live on www.radiodemocracy.sl. Members say Nali Rock Metal Group the sponsor Radio Democracy for bringing the program Good Morning Saloon can to you, and this program is powered by Afusel. You listen live from radio partner them. Radio Chalet 89.5 na Koinadu and Falabadi Street. Same way so on Radio Maleng 88.5, Radio 1J 11.3 na Pujon this street. Radio Colente 90.0 na Cambia, Radio Mwa 105.5 na Kainlang, Vupari Radio na Waterloo, Voice of Sandon Radio 95.7 na Konodi Street, Voice of Karine na Kamakura 98.0, Voice of Masoro Pujon District, Advocacy Radio Port Loco District, Radio Katbami on 106.7 at Tonkolimba, and Earth FM on 95.9 at Moyamba District. The program na Good Morning Saloon where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. You can be part of the program by sending you a message now Radio Democracy Facebook page and YouTube page, or dropping a message on the number 077 981 981.
Inside the program, we start for look at issues. We go to the Chief Minister, Dr. David Sengese. Saloon are the first country in West Africa for get 90% increment enrollment of picking them within a primary and secondary school. He talk this way. He launched the NGO Week with the Minister of Planning and Economic Development together with Slangu organized for NGO them we the operates na Saloon. From on this, we join Adeyemi Jackson.
The NGO Week, an event with the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, they organize every year, so they can bring different NGO them together for showcase the different things them whether they do in the country and self discuss about some area them where they want for support government span. As way for celebrate this year NGO Week, make over the weekend, the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development together with Slango don't organize health work for over 300 local and international NGO them, so they work from SOS Lumley to Family Kingdom. The theme for this year NGO Week na collaboration, sustainability and local empowerment. Where it talk, the planning committee chairman for this year NGO Week, and same way so, the country manager for Christian Aid Salon, Matia Koidumo say, the theme for this year NGO Week na reminder for make them as NGO come together and work as one.
This year's theme, collaboration, sustainability and local empowerment, is not just a slogan, it is a call to action. It reminds us all that real development can have impact when we collaborate, when we work in ways that are available, and when we build local capacity.
James Riak-Mateng, chairman for the steering committee for international NGO, where they operate in the country, and serve country director for Gold Salon, talk about some of the area where them as NGO don't help government for succeed.
Allow me here to share an example of what we have achieved together. In health, NGOs work closely with the Ministry of Health as the state and private health care, train frontline workers, expand community health services, and supported maternal health initiatives. In water and sanitation, NGOs are partners with the Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation to construct and install a solar power water distribution system and school, community, and healthcare facilities, and supported community sanitation and reduce waterborne diseases. In education, NGOs have contributed to the national transformation agenda by expanding access to learning materials, supporting inclusive education, and ensuring girls remain in school.
The country director for Gold Salon also say if NGO body them and government will continue for succeed for implement program them, we go change the life of people. Government will look at certain area, we go help for promote sustainable development.
As we look forward to the future, I would like to request all of us focus on these four key priorities. We should work to establish alignment and coordination with the government resources one upholding the humanitarian principle. We should champion innovation in service delivery and system strengthening and deepen accountability and transparency at every level, keeping community at heart of every development decision.
The Salon Association of Non-Governmental Organization, now the body where they monitor NGO them activity in the country, we make the board chairman for Slango, Christian Kamara, talk about how Slango done the work with government for CC, NGO they able for operate in the country.
We know we play our own part in terms of complementing the efforts of government, but also government gives us a enabling environment for us to be able to deliver and support our community. We continue to amplify our voices. We continue to engage government on issues that we think are necessary for our work and that of our community, and will ensure that our operation has space. Thank you very much. We are proud of you. Let's stay together, let's work together, and let's serve our community.
Where it talk, the Minister of Planning and Economic Development, Kenya Bale, say the NGO week now for recognize the good work we NGO that they do in the country and self-help for make sure say the activity then they in line with government medium-term national development plan.
The objective is for people to recognize and know what the NGOs are doing in Sierra Leone. We cannot deliver without you. And we felt as a government, we need to recognize this. One thing, and I want the Chief Minister to know this, that in other countries, there's an adversarial relationship between NGOs and the government. Not that we don't welcome constructive criticism. We do. But we do appreciate this relationship, and that NGOs are aligned, their programs are aligned with the government program, aligned with the Big Five agenda, and we work on this together.
Inside in your talk, the Chief Minister Dr. David Senge talked about some of the policy where government with the Minister of Planning and Economic Development don't put together for make NGO and government work as one.
The Ministry of Planning and the NGO desk and all of us have done strategic things over the last couple of years. We don't formalize and institutionalize the license and registration process. Every NGO in this country now, where you operate for need for a register and get licensed with the Ministry of Planning. That should be the first task you do. The NGOs sign SLAs, service level agreements with the line ministry. So those service level agreements are not for show. We want you to put in the work. It's not extra burden for you. We want you to sign with every ministry that is involved so we can coordinate how we deliver for the people. And we plotted where all NGOs work so that the district development coordinating committees can work together within the structure that the government has, so the Ministry of Planning and everybody can monitor.
Dr. David Senge also be take time for talk about some of the things them where President Julius Maada Bio government not able to achieve since 2018 to now.
Since President Bio Kanga government, together with the deliver, that make maternal mortality down by 70% over the last couple of years. That make child survival has increased by over 80%. That make on immunization, which many of you are helping on, we are over 90% on our immunization rate. That make girls completion of school in West Africa, Sierra Leone is the highest. We are now over 90% when we speak about gross enrollment across JSS and SSS. For primary, we are over 100% for gross enrollment. It did not happen just by ourselves. It happened because there's a vision from His Excellency the President. It happened because if you look at the National Development Plan that says by 2039, Sierra Leone will be an inclusive, green, middle-income country.
The Chief Minister, Dr. David Senge, and for pledge government commitment will continue for support NGO them. For CC, then take program and activity them that add to reach area we go change the life of people. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Adeyemi Jackson, the report.
The program Good Morning Saloon, they continue. They come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And as you get from one Pawi headline stories them inside the program today, and they look at the reports we Chadi pull for Seka, the condition of inmates them na different correctional service them na the country. And for Seka that, I want for welcome na the program Abdul M. Fatoma, and the Chief Executive for Campaign for Human Rights and Development International. Good morning and welcome to the program, Abdul Fatoma.
Good morning and thanks for having me.
And also want for welcome na the program Superintendent Nana Sise, Deputy Manager, Freetown Female Correctional Center. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, 98.1.
Okay, we'll now continue for stay with you. They come to you shortly.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue now. They're gonna court after we police been arrest the CEO of we Duty Lapa movement for alleged incitement Friday, February 20. Na law na the western part na Freetown. Monday police being done charge for appear na court before magistrate Mustafa Brahmaja na court number 1. And it don't send and go on remand at the Female Correctional Center. For more on this, make we join Theodore Arena.
January 31 this year, the All People's Congress APC party be hold a mammoth meeting na the Brahma Atuga Mini Stadium for talk to them supporter them on issue but national concern. One of the people them will be attend this meeting na the Chief Executive Officer for We Duty Lapa movement, Wena Zainab Sharif. After this program, he been take interview from the media, who say he been remote from the 2023 election and be make statement param. And after where he been make them statement here, make PPRC been fine Zainab Sharif 150,000 loans. 2 weeks later, Salon Police been issue warrants, who say they look for Zainab Sharif. Friday, February 20, police been arrest Zainab Sharif na the western parts of Freetown. And Monday, February 23rd, police been charge am na court. Also, he been appear before magistrate Mustafa Brahmaja for incitement contrary to law and threatening language contrary to section 30, 1 of the Public Order Act 1965, Act number 46 of 1965. According to police file na that, Zainab Sharif on Saturday 31st January 2026 na Brahma Atuga Mini Stadium na Freetown Judicial District. They may allege say it been make statement who say it been encourage the killing of people waking play Yuki by election and other statements them. Inside this case, the state prosecutor, when Yusuf Isaac Sise, they ask for adjournment date, who say it be informed the court say it only gets instruction 1 hour term for make he go prosecute this matter. And this be make it say it just begin for review the case file. When make it be request to the magistrate for make he go give them convenient time for make them go able prepare them witness them for Kana courts. The defense counsel when a Bar be apply for bail on behalf of inclines when a Zainab Sharif who say is say the offense with them charge Zainab Sharif for na bailable offense and say it gets sideway it tap and it gets reliable shorty them and not to flight rigs. E say we also be inform the court say the defendants been dey na public gym wey show say e no been dey hide, and say we also say the defendants and mama wey get 2 pikin dem, and e no go interfere with the prosecution witness dem if dem grant am bail. Outside the defense counsel Bar be referred to section 76(1)(c) of the Criminal Procedure Act 2024 where they talk about bail condition for the defendants. Magistrate Mustapha Brahmaja be refuse bail. Outside he say he wants for a force from the witness them. Magistrate Mustapha Brahmaja don adjourn this case to February 26 this year. Outside the matter will continue na court number 1 na Pademba Road. For Radio Democracy, me na Theodora Arena the report.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue as you reap one of headlines to read them inside the program this morning with a look at a report which had to do na the Salon Correctional Service and Campaign for Human Rights na Campaign for Human Rights and Development International, a human rights organization where they look at different issues across the country. And this BN10 them do a report and finding at the Salon Correctional Center. Usai them look at human rights, safety and basic dignity in the Salon female and male correctional center. But for can know more about some of the things that which are found out inside the monitoring way they can do in a different center them, make we get the chief executive na the program this morning, Wena Abdul M. Fatoma. Good morning once more, welcome to Radio Democracy.
And good morning and thanks for having me. Pleasure always to be here.
Alright, we see this BNTM on a issue out findings concerning things that will happen at the female and male correctional center. For the benefit of listeners, give background, what lead to this particular report we want to do.
We're a human rights organization and we monitor human rights situation and also report on human rights issues, as Sierra Leone. And this is not the first time for visit the Sierra Leone Correctional Service facility, more especially in Africa. So early this year in January, we began for the Correctional Service request for monitoring the female and the male facility and for check Sierra Leone compliance to international human rights standard and observing the right of people them where they inside the facility, and also we check on the conditions and the services of the correctional officers them, because themselves they go through challenges, deployable challenges, unspeakable stories. So last week we go to the correctional service and we talk to inmate them and we talk to correctional service officers them. The stories them very, very terrible. Like we actually we get a catastrophic breakdown in human dignity, and this is one institution where they carry out an activity in a culture of impunity with a clear disrespect to rule of law and clear disrespect to their own even act, the 2014 Correctional Service Act, and also the 1991 Constitution. It's forbidding for we get people now we prison service or correctional service, we they call it now, without any documentation. For example, it prohibits, the Constitution and the Correctional Service Act prohibit for you go bring somebody in that service without proper documentation. Within the law they say about that. They go put somebody there for safekeeping, like we will meet men and women and they will be there for safekeeping. Like for example, we meet up 76 man then at the male correctional service. We then say then just there for safekeeping. No warrant, no order from the judge, no order from any court that say then people there for the remand for a specific period of time. And the Constitution of Sierra Leone also they state how many times if they not detention. Okay. For small crime them, you for the day for 3 days, and also the current Criminal Procedure Act also emphasize on that. And for serious crime, you for the day for 10 days, and if they not charge you within either the 3 days or the 10 days, then for discharge you, meaning therefore dismiss you.
Okay.
But we come across people that way not get any documentation, done did it for more than 6 months, 1 year, 4 years, 6 years, 7 years. That is just when. And then we also come across over 420 people them we just the wait for go court, the prolonging delay in the entire process. So you get about 385 man then and 36 women then at the time of we visit, where they go through that kind about catastrophic things. And then the other painful thing, even the Bangkok rule, these people not the observer, they're not the respecter. And also the Convention on the Rights of the Child, they also not get any regard and get a blatant disregard, culture of disrespect for laws and order in this country. You get 8 picking them under the age of 2. They sleep, play, and live their entire life with their mama them at prison. And when you look the female correctional side, you cannot get a recreational facility even for the officers, let alone you talk about the inmate them.
Okay.
And then give you they introduce you to one container buffer. We get some few toys less than 24. Saying that they then picking and they play with they away from them, mama them. Then somebody they with them, you know, and do something. We come across a family where they arrest and detain the mama, the granny, the grandpikin, the sister. With the issue where they deal with $21,000, and they don't pay $9,000. But these people, the granny, the grandpikino, the 2 sisters with the mommy born, with Naina the grandma, they're all stuck. So you get a man way on the detention since 2016 to date. No faith, no go court.
Okay.
You get people with get mental issue up to 9. And they mix with these people then. You get up to 97 people with HIV and AIDS, not the male side. And you get 26, you know, man them, based on the record where they show we they suggest say they take treatment for tuberculosis.
All right. Mr. Fatuma, we can look step by step. But firstly, you mentioned say people in the correctional service, the male especially, we not get indictments, then they for safekeeping. Would I for blame in this aspect? Is it the court or the correctional service?
Not you not get indictment, not even show face to the court. The criminal justice system, they in 3 layers. 1, we get the police. 2, we get the correctional service. And 3, we get the court. So, for example, the police go investigate, and the state office, the law officers, through the state council, prosecute the matter, and then bring them come for pre-trial detention at the correctional service. So in between that time to the sentence, the correctional service and the court that then get high responsibility, the fact that the matter has been charged to court. But then, for example, it is failure on the leadership of the correctional service for accommodate people wey not get warrant, people wey not get order from a judge or any authorized court for letting be in the prison facility for safekeeping. They are against the law, then your very act will govern them. So if blatantly you disregard that, that's a clear disrespect, to the law. I mean, we're talking about rule of law.
Okay. You talk about findings them. What's been the limitation in this survey?
We not do survey. What do you mean by limitation?
Is it na freedom limits?
We request say we want for visit the facility na freedom, both the male correctional service and the female correctional service. That was our request to the correctional service authority, and they approve them through phone. We also get issue with that, which is very, very much disrespectful. We wrote them a letter. We also want a file. Then we arrive the morning for the visitation. Then show me a letter. We not sign. We not stamp. We not agree take them.
What confirm na phone?
Now one of the senior officers then call through we office line because from we letterhead. And we confirm, he confirms it and do approval. We ask for letter. I say, well, they're not things, say, then go write letter. We say, no, we need letter. He promise, we say, then go write a letter. The morning we arrive, we see a letter on sign, on stamp, even stamp.
Okay. In una findings them, one thing where you mentioned una meet picking them, the live with them parents them the female correctional center. What in the law say if the mama na an offender, waiting for happen in the situation we get small picking?
Well, best practice to international standard, you get a look at the best interest of the child is always the primary concern. And we now get the Criminal Procedure Act. We talk about sentencing. I mean, you suspend judgment and also community service and all that thing. So if you look at the caregiver and parental care, you get for actually look at the best interest of the child. In other countries, then get a lot of facility. But then when you look at Sierra Leone, we move to correctional and a punishment, not correctional. The people, the way they suffer. The life of even the officers is very terrible. Imagine a correctional service, the scanner where they for scan your bag and scan your body. They in working condition. We talk to people, then some man don't deploy under for 3 years. Since then can they they work. Some man don't deploy it for 5 years. Since then can they they work. So you go now hotels and don't even talk about other places. Hotels them now you go, then get bag scanner. So, but I mean, waiting they reflect under, you go you build the outside ministers and the same scanner, don't they AGC, don't scrap. But then look at the terrible things that we don't get out of prison. Very recently, they said the prison be empty. At the time of we visit the male correctional service, you think about 1,802 based on the record we then share with we. For a cell way then bill for 320 something people. And now you get that kind of amount of number, very scary. Usai 17 people they sleep inside a cell of one man. Usai one man for sleep. That's 17 people they sleep inside it. We then kind of about sicknesses and the way they spread. I mean, no isolation. The medical facility poor for the correctional service officers and the working condition very, very poor, and also the health service for inmates then also poor. And like even when you die, no proper records, because we ask for a Nigerian man, we then say he died. Saturday when I be on Valentine's Day, we ask the cause of death. They say they cannot tell we.
Okay. Continue for the with me inside the program. Abdul M. Fatoma, Chief Executive for Chadias. Inside the program, we look at findings on the Salon Correctional Service concerning human rights and other issues there. Musa?
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue. We still get Superintendent Nana Sise, Deputy Manager, Freetown Female Correctional Center, where they come to Ram after this break.
When you work The Ministry of Transport and Aviation and the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority (SLRSA) no gladly for the way and manner where certain people them where they use the road they behave, driver and rider them. More the time where traffic can jam, plenty pan them, more keke rider them. All the time they ride na the wrong lane where they make the traffic number flow fine. The SLRSA they member all driver, rider and vehicle owner them say for use the route where you no get right for use. Now serious offense under the Road Traffic Act 2007 and the Road Traffic Regulation 2011. Now the routes or lane where they approve no more you for use. You for obey the sign them, marking and traffic instruction them. Make sure say you safe and the one and self where they use the road safe. Now the Ministry of Transport and Aviation will join on with the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority (SLRSA) and all who that they undertake and transport business bring this message to you.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue. They come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM, and we they bring you this edition of the program. Musa Kamara my name.
My name Usman Kamara.
We count with studio guests, Superintendent Nana Sise, Deputy Manager, Freetown Female Correctional Center. Good morning and welcome to the program once again.
Good morning, 98.1.
And you don't hear it from the Chief Executive from Chadi on the findings them now the female and male correctional center inside Freetown. And you they work as Deputy Manager for the Female Correctional Center. What's another response to the findings of Chadi?
Okay, may I start with the one we make mention of the picking them first, because it seems like a more important. Like the picking their own side, like where the mama then can don't commit crime, then get picking. Even the way people in their family can opt for me, then left the picking give them, they're not agree feeling to say with the picking them, maybe when they go court, then go able for pardon them or reduce them jail term. At the end now we then can don't convict and then come. Because where we serve the day, we they go mainly with the books that we guide with the instruments that we use. We know say the picking and not to then commit the crime, now then the mama commits the crime. Now make we get a child-friendly center. That in the morning, just like a preschool, like a nursery school, the morning the picking and they go day until the lock-up time, then we can bring them back to the mama then before we lock up. And like where the picking and pass two, we they ask the parents if it all willing now for give the picking back to anybody in our family. Then the person will come, they hand over the picking. If you say no, I'm not saying nobody want for hand over this picking to, we self can take the picking, we hand over them to social welfare. We all are aware, say the picking not commit the crime. Now I make when they treat them just like how you go treat any normal picking. Put another like a daycare or nursery school, they till the lock-up time. Then it make mention of safekeeping, people that they come into the center for safekeeping. We they get people that they come off from Toku, you know this drugs business done so high that like now they now for say the flood we centers them. So then can bring them come for safekeeping. Like if they bring them come in like today, the next morning because of the chain of command, we manager will go there in charge of the center, go report to the regional. The regional self go report. So Toku back say Toku they wanna bring them for safekeeping. They don't take 1 to 2 days. Una need for bring the indictments. We don't know when them for start for go court. So like when they can inform them, then like to with the female. Then the last day we inform them with the other day we see them come in with the woman the way they create through the suspected substance for the drugs. Then carry the indictment. Then begin for go court. So now like a process. We then carry them, we keep them, then we inform them back for me themselves, bring the indictment for many people, then begin for go courts. So like whatever thing they happen inside we sentence them to any other inmate today, where maybe you can't make you indictment or we just they pass through the channel again. Go back to the officer in charge, report to the regional. The regional is a girl side the report, and so the report say they will tell court say we get so amount of inmates today within our center, we're not getting indictment yet. So where they don't go tell them now, then say go no say well correctional service, so people then they without indictment, then go begin for send the indictment. But if make mention again of the mentally deranged inmates them, where we are say yes, we say whatever condition where an inmate they will know say this, they don't go beyond we medical people them with a report to the appropriate person. Like the manager can then report through the channel where they tell you back, then can refer them for go na the mental health hospital. But then inmates and they not then they na the yard, but the side when they sleep differ from the other inmates that will not get mental issue. Not so for making the still old facilities and we they still they use. We make do with what we get, and not so we determine the number of inmates away for coming. It depends on the crime rate. The higher the crime rate, and you see the population, how the population they go now, so the crime rate itself they increase, and now so the inmates themselves when they come inside, so we now so the number self they increase.
Now you talk about do with what you get, and when Fatoma they making submission, they make reference to overcrowding na the male correctional center. For the female correctional center, how overcrowding sound like?
Well, you not go compare the numbers them na the female to that of the male. The male, as at this morning, we unlock 1,812 because it seems like every day neither we get more or less. But the female compared to them, when are 210 we unlock. Their own side not too overcrowded like the male because of the numbers them. Right. And if you go yourself to you're not going to even compare the female and the male, because the higher the number, now the more problem for even we the officers themselves. Okay. We got for make do with what we get. Because the same old facilities there now that we self they use, but we self as an institution, we not they just sit down back, they look. We self they go reports to the people that where they take care of we they pass through the chain, then self they report. And for overcrowding, I not say soon it go be a thing of the past because we all not saying overcrowding are a cliche. All man don't tire for the overcrowding. So the government self don't come in because it's now we get then they build new. If you go Waterloo, you go see say we get big female one way, then the bill then go soon complete. The million as well. You go Moyamba, the same thing. Even Natongia, so reintegration, where you go there back, you will see 40 block cells them back, where ongoing. As soon then go wrap up and then hand them over to we. Then we go know how we go able for decongest we centers them.
Right, so Superintendent, at this moment, almost people in day now on a custody for safekeeping. And waiting at the time frame where then people are for take.
Well, I'm not going to give you because like this morning, I'm not going at the center. I just come straight when I invite me for come. So like I'm not going to give you the total as at today this morning, the people that wait there in for safekeeping our center.
So that they should say the figure where Chadi pool is correct.
Yes, because it go there and it take a breakdown of na Pademba who they own it get.
You also get a figure.
Yeah.
So what's
now for the male at the talk now?
For the male, I'm not say the officer in charge go down reports, but you know say we go through then protocol there, so you get some small delay because you get for pass through the officer in charge. You get for do a letter write for informing boss they get for do now, so they go take and because of them small side there where they go, you get some small delay. But I'm sure it not go say then go come bring the indictment because once they don't go through the channel, it will reach the appropriate person who will come in with the indictment for them.
Mr. Fatoma talk about people that will get mental issue with the correctional service. You see they're not the Usai the other inmates.
We can segregate them from the other. It's just like the one that we get. Now, if for be so because of the mental condition, you know,
but we get facility we are in then can send people that we get mental issue day. So why una olam the way una send them to them?
You are earlier on with I tell you we they carry them go there. Where we carry them go na that mental health hospital. Maybe then go down give them some treatment and bring them back and give medicine to real medical practitioner. They now say, well, so if we're going to give them the medicine, whether na 2 times per day or 3 times per day, because sure then self yonder the same like I was say they cry no more space. If you go carry like I say like 10, 20 added to the number where they get, then say the member will be able to accommodate them. And then back refrain because of na security, it go get some security threats. Although we dey deploy we own people and day for way, but then can send them back and give the medicine where we medical practitioner then can begin for give them as they say.
People we get mental issue within our custody.
As I tell you, I just come in and not even go there for go get a breakdown of all dandy.
Alright, continue for the way to inside the program. We will look at some of the health issue them which Chadi mentioned inside the findings. The program now Good Morning Saloon we come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Inside the program we take one of headlines to give them aside the Chief of Defense Staff Lieutenant General Amara Aida Bangura say the decision where the Defense Council been take for trade off the Juba military barracks, a decision where the Defense Council been take we get the President, the Chief of Defense Staff and other senior military officer them. For more on this, make we join Kabia.
The Juba barrack na one time the oldest military barrack them na Salon where them be set up during the colonial era as part of the country armed forces infrastructure where they serve as key sites for military housing, training and operation, especially in a free town. Over the past year, the military don't raise concern say civilian and don't can encroach na the land and safe. So German they wait up na this barrack don't raise serious concern, but the condition of service, more especially the one we get to do with poor housing facility. Where this make this BNTM Radio Democracy inside Good Morning Salon program be host the Air Commander, Chief of Air Staff and Defense spokesperson. We been confirmed say the military gets planned for sell the Juba barrack because of the accommodation and other challenge them. Waiting say soldier man them wait up na this barrack they face. This statement bears plenty concern and debate among people as they believe say government not for sell the Juba barrack for know how the condition of this barrack they make the Chief Minister Dr. David Moina Senge don't go do one on the spot check na this barrack. During the Chief Minister in Wakam, the Chief of Defense Staff Lieutenant General Amara Aidara Bangura and in team been take the Chief Minister na different parts them na the Juba barrack for making see the main reason why they decide for trade off the barrack. The Chief Minister Dr. David Moina Senge be explain more about the Wakam when in go do na the Juba barrack.
Government work now waiting to happen in office, waiting to happen in paper, and waiting to happen with the people then. We are away His Excellency on the Armed Forces Day talk plenty good things about the military. And in that period day, we also indicate say we want for trade Juba barracks, parts of Juba barracks, to private sector in a competitive, open private sector way, for get resources so that we go build facility there for the army. Plenty people will not be no confusion been there, misinformation been there. And me, even though I'm in the Defense Council, I see the document on paper. I can't today with CDS and the ministry and the Assets Commission and information for kind of see with me and understand the actual problem and see the opportunity.
Dr. Senge became for explain some thing they wait and say in the fair notes now this barrack.
If you look the living condition there of the military where they are, nobody there for the day. That's number one. So I don't see say the opportunity for make murder people then where they live here forget better facility. My wonderful thing. The second part where they if you listen to the CDS and if you listen to all of the leadership, not so by chance decision. They engage with the leadership of the army. They engage with the rest of the army that they must have parried for saying that this the man for do, and then give them blessing before they council and Defense Council. So it's actually very consultative. Usually, work in the past and where they do me work, I then listen to the side comments there. Even though on a military ground or civilian, I mean, but when anybody they talk side comments we disagree. Usually, if I the pass on side, person go say, "Hey, we not glad you," or "No one," and I not hear any side negative comment. Where they also tell me say the people then really they understand and appreciate. And the third point, because people then can talk say, "Oh well," because they're not being the them big one, then they can just them what they make decision. I understand say CDS Diane said born, that is barracks said born, and I been the lead before it was CDS. And one pan the head of the chief of naval staff in the they still and other people then they with Nayad and they with the part of that decision.
Dr. David Moina Senge been talk about how government is say ready for support soldier man for CC then get better condition of service.
I'm not been just one camp from State House of my own, and I'm glad the DGDI, and you understand, I'm now the secretary to the Defense Council, and beyond, I'm now the administrative head of the Ministry of Defense. I want to assure and say if there's any one thing we are confident about, now His Excellency the President, in commitment to the military, for make sure say this country is safe and make sure this country is secure.
Wait immediate talk. The Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General Amara Aidara Banguram, before talk about the rumor waiting say they go around say the military they plan for sell the Juba barrack.
We not sell the barrack. I think I want to learn that word. Will they trade off or transpose the barrack? Okay, to better living condition for us. Part of the barrack. You know, as a commander, if you want to look after or not say you do well, they check at the barrack so you may not leave. Enter car, what are they run me? It's a 50-year-old problem, not today. 50-year-old problem in barracks on this show. It has always been my dream. When are we going to change this? I meet government accept the ideology. We transport put this in better conditions. Across the street, we put officers in a decent accommodation. When somebody passes, we say an officer got this year, but it is not. So I think it's a good idea.
In same way, so talk about the reason why in say the Defense Council been grip our meeting for trade off the Juba barrack.
Juba barracks was built in 1964-65. After the war become worse, because it take more people than the barracks was meant for. But I've been going with this problem for ages. It has not been easy. Imagine you go today, a sergeant control rank. We don't do 14, 15 years. Accommodation and but they isolate the services school because if we do that the HE flagship program like education must seem to be support the HE and the chief minister the flagship. But isolate the school 1.8 take out the cut off, then school be on its own. Because the community don't grow big. I mean we can see trade off this or transpose that, but the school remain. People that are young will benefit from the school. We made a decision. We not give the total landlord still. Then be tenant. We don't give all thing. Now you not give it away. So that's the idea. The bill and don't pan and go inside the pan before you do anything now.
In carry on for talk about the stage where in say the military they now for trade off the Juba barrack.
18 months, Mama. 18 months. From the day we signed the first agreement. We won't sign it. As a process not started, Mama. Okay. We never get people to offer it. I don't know. That's people's idea. I don't get the right for make people they talk, not talk. But as far as me concerned at me own level, we have not listened to nobody. We don't make any effort. It has not been advertised. So how can we engage on not advertising? So I think it's a good idea. We'll go through due process. We not contact nobody. Nobody actually say they buy it. There are process to be established. Advertise on paper, newspaper, media, people them. We want offer them can process go vet them. Procurement go taking place. Go to one, the barracks who want. We don't want money. Whoever they carry for build the barracks for we find, they'll go there. Let us stay calm. It's the right decision. We got the right approval. We have not started the process. So anybody who say the process has started, the bit gone.
Lieutenant General Amara Aidara Banguram be end up say the process for trade off the Juba barrack for better facility na Masheka village na one way in say gets for be transparent for Radio Democracy Kabia the report.
You dey get problem for find the right bank for keep you couple or do business? Union Trust Bank UTB na your solution. UTB they do internet banking where they make them easy for you for know wetin dey happen with your account any side you dey anytime you put or take money. We dey give reimbursement then loan we no go monitor them for pay at all. Oh yes, Union Trust Bank na the bank for you. Now UTB, all reimbursements them special and we get good workman them where they cater for all reimbursements them banking service. We then a plenty sign of the country. We then a Kabbalah, Cambia, Lonsal, Jala, Maboka, Bo, Kenema, Kono and Mile 91. You can get more information but we na www.utb.sl or come na we head office na number 2 House Street, Freetown. Union Trust Bank na the true bank for you.
We're trendy and youthful. We're UBA. Inside Africa today, money they move with speed, but not only with trust. And trust in them now, Africash by UBA. Whether you in Nigeria or Ghana, Kenya, Liberia or Salon Safe, Africash, they connect all African countries them. With Africash, you go able send and receive money outside Salon to other African countries them. Simple one. Whether you get account with UBA or not, it no matter. UBA design Africash for all man, any size and anytime inside Africa. In fast, you go able send and receive money direct na any UBA bank or any UBA branch or agent office. Yes, oh yes, Africash, they give you the power for do am easy one with no stress. Na Africash, na the bra for send money na all the African country them. Go na any UBA branch or agent location today for send and receive money one time. For more information, call we na 078-200-200 or email winner cfcsierraleone@ubagroup.com. UBA, Africa's Global Bank.
The Officer Ramadan show is back, bigger than ever.
Yes, so this is Gentry palam show, and this year Africelon double the cash winnings, more than 1 billion old deals in mega prizes, plus plenty exciting surprises inside this Ramadan promo.
For qualify, just dial *777# or call or send blank SMS to 777 for just 2 new leons, and you will get 2 leons on net call until midnight.
And wait, if you choose AfriMoney, you go double your chances every single day.
Watch the show live Mondays to Fridays, 7:45 p.m. on Africa Salon Facebook page, AYV TV, Afri Radio 105.3 FM, and other radio stations them nationwide. This na Ramadan Gentry Palam. Win big and shine bright.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue still inside the studios. We get the Chief Executive for Charge, Abdul M. Fatoma. Mr. Fatoma, now look at the health condition. Waiting now on findings during on waka.
The health condition is seriously dilapidating because first let's start with the female correctional center. On the day where we go visit, there'll be around 210 women, and now you look at a below 90 cells block, and you get 200 and something, so you get for definitely think that's a inside one room, so a room then 4 women and they sleep inside there, and some then 7 they sleep with the pikin. You know how we're very tight to room them, and you then get about just outpatient, one small corner, then get 5 bed, and then get 5 nurses them. So their nurses, and the hour and the time where we go there around 4, we will only meet 1 nurse on duty. And imagine this na a facility where no get oxygen, we don't get proper medical equipment them. So in case anybody suffocate na that place, ambulance not they standby. Now one broken truck, we see one park one side, and the other truck park. So we ask, they say this they in use, and then the other are not in use. The motorcar themselves where you say they know say they get tetanus. A danger. I mean, a serious hazard. And then we go to the male side. You get the outpatient, then get then long bench puyo buffer bench then NDD. Where you go as patient, now there you sit down. No side not there for relax. Then get stretcher, 2 stretcher, and then get only 1 bed. Now the outpatient. And when you go now to the clinic, we say where the female them in there, where they all be the Palemba Road. Prison now we're at the correction. Also the female cells been there. So after we them been born the hospital, the authorities then now transform that place there, the female cells, the female block cells, into hospital. And that hospital they get huge challenges them. Now inside mayonnaise bowl or butter bowl, and then they put most of the medical equipment there. and you get so many pile of cartons, empty cartons, and just pack, and no oxygen, not available. So imagine anything happen, either to even the staff them, then even to the inmate, then they talk about overcrowded facility, a very small room for one man when a 17 man they sleep there.
Okay. Yesterday, when this report come out, yesterday the center been invited to go there, and it's not too different with what you just say. We see cartoon, and we see some bait them, and they open a cupboard we stock with medicine there. Do you wanna visit? And I normally see some of them things in there.
No, like you see, I don't talk some tablets then there, but then the equipment then for letting nurses and doctors and work, it's totally absent. I mean, what do we see now? We have never had on any story on any of our findings in this country. Now you make like any institution where we do findings on you challenge you just disgrace yourself. Because you only lie, and your family member, your church member, your mosque members, and know say you they blatantly lie for cover up for your salary. Because waiting when they come out, it's not for us. Now we general benefit as a citizen, but at the exact benefit or direct benefit to Wuna, they staff them where they work for that institution, or people the way they face the services, we are all potential for being prison. We all, even them. There is one female prison. When we go to the female prison, you can imagine, based on the story we then share with we, for let somebody just say hi to one of the people the way them convict for treason, in just say hi. Because of that a hi, instead of the prison for 30 years.
You mean correctional service staff?
Yes. Just hi.
On phone or way the
On phone. Hi. That's the story we get.
Abdul M. Fatoma, for do them findings here na one, for sustain advocacy for change na another one. As you get from Superintendent Nana, this then not gets way out. Now waiting then get the manage. Then they operate under the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Waiting next from Chadi in terms of channeling them concerns to the appropriate authorities we concern.
And we actions them and we demand from the government, and after that report, we get a reliable and credible information about the Internal Affairs Minister, and the engagement within them and the Correctional Service. Then don't see exactly what we talk now through. It's a shame, very shameful, very embarrassing. For you get people the way they work for a system, they're not protected. You look at them people, they have their salary conditions, you look at their housing conditions, you look at their medical conditions, a very poor, and then the very people the way then they look after back their own condition and situation very poor, and you cannot secure them. You get CCTV camera after the crisis that we don't go through in this country, with prison break or fire in a prison. And we know for even the talk at this moment that we get some CCTV camera where they work, some not they work, and then the cables, naked cables are exposed to staff them, inside the offices for I mean, when we do the other advocacy, the other time we visit there, we talk about the wooden house where the headquarters. When we put pressure on that very house, we see they rush fastly for get them funding, for get a new structure outside, and then away most of the senior men then they don't come. So like we advocacy, we know the target personality, we know the target personal interest, we target general interest for the good of this country. Okay. And then we know that it's a shame, it's embarrassing for the Ministry of Internal Affairs and the government of Sierra Leone forget a prison facility without security for both the staff them and the inmates them. And for let we get people the way they protect the high core convicted criminals in this country, we get huge influence of money. When they talk about drugs, we look at the kind of foreign nationals and now we correctional service. It's terrible. Okay. And even like allegation, they say the one give up to $8,500 to a police officer for make go reach the correctional service. They say they don't eat money, and then a day on a correctional service.
All right.
So when you look at then thing there, the entrance, you look how dilapidated that entrance the day, and then you look at the entire situation. We then say we prison be not empty. Within 1 year time, the prison don't overcrowd. So the other time, they take people from this very Panemba road when they reach up to 2,000, then send them to Waterloo, then send them to Moyamba and other places. So even the facilities the way that they build, it still don't meet the current demand where they. Even though, she talks a very good thing. We in our one country we so much reckless in with development planning, in this sense that when we they do census, now a useful tool for let we plan and project with development, and structures them. So other countries then they look at, say, if in England get 5 primary school, by 2036 the census they say with a project to more, so New England need for get more primary school.
Right.
So as with population they grow, we for expand all with facility, with healthcare, with correctional services. But for we, it's about how many votes that political party will get, how many councillor, how many MPs we will get from the end and waiting at the percentage they get from that region for let we form a government.
All right. Before we go over to Superintendent, quickly, you the findings talk about people we get HIV and TB. How na come about forget that data day?
We they ask question. We know they just go very. We see you there. We go work come on. We write them letter and we tell them say one for engage them and engage the correctional, inmate them. So when we engage the staff them, we ask for their information. We don't ask for personal detail of the people. We ask for within the on record and official information. So they share the information, and then we talk to the inmate them. Like even when they monitor police, so inmate and then they tell you lie story. But when the police officers and the correctional service officers and when they say this, we ask this not true. They like you go to the kitchen, then they use gas. But then guess what? We meet them boys there at the male side and get cold pot. Somebody there where they sell fish, where they sell Maggi, where they sell pepper, where they sell oil to encompass inmates them for cook. The other one that the correctional officer therefore go tell and say, we get visitor then stop for smoke. They sit down steadily, they smoke cigarettes.
All right. We'll cover back to you, but quickly for clear something, Superintendent. Natku say we get about 97 people we get HIV and 15 female now within the female facility, and also 26 people and they will get a TB among the male inmates them. Not good that of that.
Yes, like on admission where the inmates and they are admitted into the center, we need for do some certain tests them in order for make the other and then they can meet, make them go be safe. So if we find out say you get neither HIV or TB or whatever sickness or no say contagious, then we know exactly say this kind of person not for go mingle with in company, we need for separate them. So all man they come off from different place. All man they carry with your own different sickness. So for me, we can't spread them. We they tackle them from where they come on admission, run the test, then the medical people then they run the test. Then if the results say you positive, you don't need for join the company. You need for be segregated from the others.
Now, you done the work at the female correctional center, and we don't say transition from prison to correctional service. Anything change?
Yes, for me, I see thing change because at first during the prison era, where the philosophical triangle be used for manage the center, now be just for separation, obedience, and labor. But we transform now to the 3 R's when our reformation, rehabilitation, and reintegration. I say now we dey focus on the rehabilitation, because me na be case manager when I will be there in charge like for try for reform the inmates them when they coming into the center, because a man they come traumatized, break down, feel say, oh, I don't care, this don't be the end of my life. But because then they can't do the case management unit now, the person they try for study the inmates, because we get it with the case managers them where they can, then they send you to the case manager them where they watch through the person, the case, the crime where he commits, waiting trigger that crime the way in the inmates commit. Then with that now, the case manager now in recommendation now, I go recommend say, oh, okay, Usman or Nana, then for go for tailoring or shoemaking or carpentry, whatever he refer the person to. Now they will send on to. Like because I just go 2 weeks now, I don't go as the deputy. We go, I meet them, they do the small work, then bid work, then they will get the computer school day, when some then they go land, they come the tailoring. The problem right now we get for the tailoring side, where they make now, they know the two going down numbers, they will get problem, the machine and don't break down. But the manager, like how they tell you, so this process where you go for rights, go through this, go through that chain, Sunday can bring delay. Because then they sit down back and reply for me, then can make the machine them, it go down delay small. Right. Because even when me go, they want to talk to them. I say, as at now, the motto in there na tower for better. I say, because the moments where you kaya, people they go say, oh, this is the end of you. You done. I say, so for make una prove them wrong now, una go with this. Make all man tower inside us so for better. So that's when they go back to society, then go be change agent, then go even be employer. Because if you don't learn for make them bag here, then slippers, then kill that with your bead, you go down now your own small. You go even go open self one adult educational center, also you go to train people in a community. Okay. We they do right. We focus on rehabilitation.
One thing Mr. Fatuma mentioned that on not get the record of people that really die.
They don't give details records.
Well, me no go comment on that. The medical person ain't go be the best person we go able comment whether they get a record of people the way they die there or not. Me no go able comment because not in at the medical side.
What about a foreign national we die this being?
Just like I tell you, then the best person we go able to tell una anything. Now the person at the medical side go able give you a total breakdown of people that will die or whether a foreign national die. Now ain't go be the best person for give the breakdown.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue in name na Superintendent Nana Sise na the Deputy Manager for Freetown Female Correctional Services. We there with a look at the findings which they do concerning things that they happen at the male and female correctional service.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue. They cancel you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Inside the program we look at one part with headline stories. Then Musai, the German ambassador to Salon Pascal Richard don't call on Salon government for tap for use them flag on ship them at the Black Mediterranean Sea and Atlantic Ocean as in alleged say Russia they use then shipyard for transport smuggle tin them with the Hamburg world peace. They talk this inside one interview to Radio Democracy for Sika one letter with France, Germany and Poland embassy na Salon rights to government for draw their attention to the activity of then shipyard whether they use Salon flag around the world. The German ambassador Pascal Richard talk more to me inside this interview.
It's about the so-called shadow fleet. This shadow fleet is a fleet of vessels being originally Russian ships, but carrying, as opposed to this Russian character of the ships, vessels of other countries than Russia. The so-called shadow fleet consists of ships which are obviously used to evade sanctions imposed inter alia by members of the European Union, and this ever since this war of aggression had begun 4 years ago.
Does Salon have any ships among the shadow fleets?
Well, we had in mid-December a number of at least 80 ships belonging to the shadow fleet and carrying the flag of Sierra Leone. And we are very happy as European partners and friends of Sierra Leone to see that Sierra Leone has deregistered 10 of them in the end of January. This had been communicated to the European Union, which had raised this aspect on the occasion of the political dialogue on the 16th of December. And this was communicated by the Maritime Authority, so the competent authority supervising the whole situation of Sierra Leonean vessels.
And in your communique, you said these ships are part of the Russian shadow vessel fleet. How do you arrive at that conclusion that these Sierra Leonean flagged ships are part of the Russian shadow fleet?
There are international findings, and believe me, such a statement is not made by anyone easily. It is only if you have very clear and repeated evidence to this fact that certain ships belong to Russia and not to another country.
Sierra Leone has a relationship with Germany, Poland and France. All these three countries that signed this communique, and likewise they have relationship with Russia. Someone listening to you could say, is it that you are dictating to Sierra Leone whom they should partner with?
Germany, as well as the European Union, have never ever dictated anything to Sierra Leone. On the contrary, we've been very reliable friends, also throughout the most dangerous and difficult years. Of course, I mean 91 until 2002.
What do you want at this moment?
Well, we want to say thank you very much, Sierra Leone and President Marabio, to have deregistered 10 of these vessels. But this can only be a beginning. These remaining vessels should also be treated like the 10 having already been deregistered. That would be entirely logical and correspond to the very convincing policies run by Sierra Leone in the context of the membership of the United Nations Security Council, as well as in the context of Sierra Leoneans ECOWAS chair.
If this is not done, what will be the relationship between Germany, France, Poland and Sierra Leone?
It's not the moment to think about the relationship. This is a long-standing and very, I may say, friendly relationship, simply due to so many links and so many joint and common projects between both sides, or if you like, European Union as another side, so between all the three of us.
And they are saying that these ships, or the operations of these ships, means Sierra Leone is against international laws?
Yes, it's very clear, because quite a number of legal standards are circumvented and evaded.
That's the German ambassador to Salon, Pascal Richard. They talked to me in that interview. They said they call on Salon government for pull and flag for use for them flag on ship them na the Black Mediterranean Sea and Atlantic Ocean, as in alleged say Russia they use some pandemic ship here for transport smuggle goods them with the Hamburg Gold Peace. Red Democracy being tried for talk to the executive director on the Salon Maritime Administration, Daniel Kaitibi, we according to them they don't get engagement with the European Union country member them, and then we don't agree for the register then ships here, and then we don't deregister 14 of them and say they know they register any new ship again, but the process get for take them for pull Salon flag and the ships them na Mediterranean Sea. The program Good Morning Salon they continue. Usman?
Inside the program now, we go online as soon as you power of headline story them. Allegation they go around say Guinea soldier man them don't arrest over 15 Salon security personnel. Well, for Carip, we for know more about what happened yesterday around the Falaba and Salon Guinea border. Make we get the Air Commodore Wina Hassan say Kumba in the defense spokesperson. Good morning, sir. Welcome to Radio Democracy.
Good morning, 98.1, and good morning to our listeners.
And yesterday evening, we may see a video on social media. We allege say Guinea soldier man them do arrest over 15 Salon security personnel. How to about that?
Yes, I want to use this opportunity for confirm, say yes, the incident indeed it happened. An incursion will happen by elements of Guinean armed forces who then come into the Sierra Leonean territory. Now a place where they call Kaleri village. This village is in Falaba district. This thing be happened yesterday, the 23rd this month, at approximately 3:50 and 15:50 hours. So we see Guinean troops them who then come out from one place we then call, which is about 6 kilometers from the border, then come to them with people then we've been deployed forward. We go do some activities then forward of Kaleri.
All right. Now the number of saloon security personnel now one we know able to get a right figure of. So man they say na over 15, so man they say na 15. Almost in total, the Guinea soldier man them able all when a saloon security personnel them.
The figures I will still need for clarify before I give because when they work on them. Unfortunately, one of the personnel then we've been here for been escaped from them, then wound them and been there under some kind of condition where it not be ideal for we first one treat them before we interview them. But the confirmation is that a reasonable figure of both the ASLAF and SLP then hold them, but they do frantic efforts now for to get them released. As we speak, they're still there with them. So we now get too much details on that, but as soon as I get the details, for avoid vacuum, we go create some misinformation. I go make Launa know.
All right, waiting at the reason we make them people here come over and all we saloon security personnel. Any idea?
What I know so far, whilst investigation they go on, we should, as just like with the Guinean then get border posts, we shall get border post them. And we get security in them post them. So now this particular area, Kaleri, we people they go patrol, and if it's then a border you get for they do patrol. So one place there where they go put flag, where then they try for build accommodation because if you didn't have the headquarters, sometimes we go do forward, we go to the forward, you need for rest at some place or you go stay there. So we decide for put structure, that we beat this 30 block for build buffer. Or for build some accommodation. So the Guinean they can meet and they. Then in addition, we once we deploy in that place, they will be put with flags. With flag day. So the Guineans then come, they say, no, that place at their own territory. The people are for commodity. Then line and go. The second time we then come, this time now then come in large numbers, then pull with flag, then do this apprehension, or they hold them with people there. And because of people and no one escalate the situation, they not fetch them. Except this one officer will try for escape from them, or then wound them. So the situation was that we get activities with the patrol in that border area. We try for put flag with the indicator that we place. Then we try for put some makeshift or building then where then going to go rest or stay there. And that's then not be comfortable and come to this incursion.
Alright, when this issue begin between Saloon and Guinea, plenty people believe say government not treat this is issue serious and make the Guinean authority still they come inside Saloon and do it in they want and return back.
Whilst I appreciate different people their opinion, me think say not true. Because where say government then they do a lot of efforts. Government gets committees them, we don't set up, we get bilateral relationships them, we use multilateral as well. We don't report this thing at several places, including African Union, ECOWAS, and UN. As we talk right now, we don't establish communication with the Guineans. We embassy in Guinea, with defense attaché. We don't make several efforts, several visits now. Each time a border incursion take place, we always flag them, we take note of them. In fact, one of the meetings, I can remember, I've done there in the meeting. We don't form a technical working group. We mean a member. Where we go Guinea, we hold the meeting there. We held the meeting there where we discuss all the issues here. So government do a lot in terms of making sure this issue resolved. But here now, where people then they live in a situation where the Guinean then get their own way of life, then get their own government, and get the way they do their thing, and then get their own belief. Who self get? If then incursion happen, we believe say we not for escalate them, as a government, we deserve. We not for escalate them because now people then they suffer. If people then recall, 10 years we fight war in this country. We know what's in a war. So just go escalate this thing and lead to war. We know the suffering we go bring to the people.
Now, you say we no want escalate them, but on several occasions, whether the army of Salone or the citizens of Salone don't come under suppression by a foreign troop, and as the movement them based na Yenga, and according to investigation reports the world they do na Yenga, the Guineans they don't cross over Watakan born Salone flag. And again, when I don't raise Salone flag, na land where I believe say na Salone land, Guineans then don't come and root them. This is something where people na the country get concerns about. How long Salone military they continue for play diplomacy when you military officers and citizens they continue humiliation in the hands of foreign troops?
Thank you very much. You see, in the country, then we get government, and the government. They get tools them where they use for resolving issues. Just like we say, we get diplomacy, we get military. We talk about them too. The military, you go only use them, and most times people they use them as a last resort. I'm sure the diplomatic means where the government make a priority, we still not explore it to the fullest. So if we can't go use the military for resolve them. Mind you, the military hierarchy or the security infrastructure of the country, don't they assess the situation, analyze them, and still think, say, let we use the diplomatic means instead of using the military means. So a lot of consideration they are going into how to resolve this issue, using all the instruments of power, with military and defense, not two of them.
Is it that Salone just use diplomacy, or una think say una not get the might for stop their aggression of Guineans into the country?
Again, for una and my listeners, you know, the instruments of power, you get for access your strength, you get for access your weakness. Yes, we get with strength, but sometimes you go even get strength, you get what you call soft and hard power. We still think say soft power they solve this thing. Mind you, then border highway with man that we can make. We get, for example, Kisi people and they Salone, then they Guinea, then they Liberia. So when you take which line of action you take, you gotta make several considerations. And which I think say the government and with all the instruments of power, they make consideration for them all. We still, mind you, we still get advantage with the diplomatic line of approach. So I think say this escalation we talk about now, and for not escalate until we get a war. But we do everything possible from the diplomatic front and from the military front as well. This patrol we see with the patrol, now presence. We continue for put to presence for sure presence until we get a capability and we get a direction waiting for the but we current directive will get now for de-escalate the situation. I mean we don't do engagements and we'll continue for doing engagements.
Thank you very much, Air Commodore Asanse Kumba, Chief of Air Staff and Defense Spokesperson, for joining me inside the program Good Morning Salone for talk about the situation of the Sierra Leonean military and OSD officers them, we Guineans them arrest according to rumor or waiting Radio Democracy together now around 20, but according to Ram they not get exact figure eight of almost people then get, and but they say that they engage with the Guinean military now for ensure say they left them people here we they don't hold, and then will continue diplomacy with Guinea. The program Good Morning Salone they continue, Usman.
Inside the program we come to other studio guests, we Abdul M. Fatoma. Mr. Fatoma, these findings here, we don't officially hand over to the ministry or we don't inform them, but some of them things they are going to find out, and what will be your recommendation?
We put out a public statement, and the correctional service, both the management and the staff them, then a member of the public. And we also put out the recommendations them, and the ministry where they play oversight role with them. They're also a member of the public. Like I tell you, we're reliable and credible source. Tell we say the moment the report be published, the minister and the ministry then be don't engage. the correctional service and also the correctional service management been done meet. I mean, among themselves, they even promise say them for meet with we, and then for Korea, we still look forward for that call for meet with them, and whatever information and things say we need for give them, we are 100% available for give them waiting we get, but we cannot give them waiting we not get. In a country whose way we they claim, for that we value human rights, whilst we get hundreds of citizens they languish, detention without paper, without a prolonged, adjournment. Even the judiciary will also learn that say, then they also look at, the judges that we get long judgment them for let them go call up the matters as quick as possible, and and the law officers and also TOCO, we they actually get a lot of information from resources them in their institutions there about the move where then they do where this thing can, because it's embarrassing, it's disgraceful, it's shameful. For that we go put we compatriot them, while the mandate since 2012, go caught up tonight, did it? The other hand 2016, the other hand 2014. It just did it, even when prison break be happen, Greek go stay, but up to now, it matter not they go to court. Either record not they for them or waiting in say no. You get the other one, you don't partially blind. Most of these people then they're traumatized. And the staff them also need counseling. You see, then they go through a lot of trauma, because for a day or a morning you go walk hearing a story where it will be shocking to you. So, but if then they cancel it, the inmates, then they don't get counselors them for canceling them, they are in crisis. We notice that. And you see, like one of the female staff, they be so much aggressive with we. But we well trained about those things. We know how to deal, because before they go with the team, we don't prep ourselves. We know the expectation. We know how either police or the correctional service or the military, even members of the public, will always talk down our office how we for comport ourselves, because we always they meet people that we vex, one for boss we hate or one for do anything bad to we. So we composure. We look at, but this country they into a state of crisis, because if we get that alarming number without any documentation, we comfortably, respectfully recognize the disrespectful they do to the laws, and then people, like you see, the Madam Cisse, they tell you say, then they use waiting and get. Their own act, the 2014 Correctionals Act, it prohibits for let a single mortar man enter inside a facility without warrant or order. But then they use waiting and get for be disrespectful to the laws of this country.
All right.
And the management are aware about that. And the authorities concerned, they are aware about that, because the ministry and the security management with the very correctional service, they get a platform, they get a forum.
Okay.
And information, and these things are not strange, they're not new to them. Now, only when it come now public and maybe it come from an influential organization, and that's the time, they want for like prepare themselves. Like somebody they was now do a blackout, the lights just come, then at the time they go find something for cover himself. All so right. That's the kind of situation and they do, but we urge them for release immediately. People that will not get any documentation, we don't deal at that place. And also we ask that say they fast track trials them and reduce the number. How you go keep 7-8 women there with one picking inside one man's cells?
Okay. All right. Plenty thank you for joining us inside the program this morning. Superintendent, una see these findings, una take in good faith, or una see as witch hunt?
Like we then can come in, the human rights organization then can come in. The reports we not can take us witch hunt. We can always say and say, well, this go create a room for make we know we weaknesses and we strength and see what side we need for improve. Because in correctional we get what we say the different category of things they would do. We get the way then go say met, not met, partially met. So we then report here now. We go able for discern and see the one way we not meet, the one who partly meet, and the one who meet fully. Then they create a room for make we self improve. Like if this will not meet now, we're gonna say yes, we need for lay emphasis on this or see how we go able neither we make them partly met or met. Because and we say no they see them, we know they see that anything they do as a witch hunt. Because like it just like we did now, you see not they know waiting they happen. If person can't tell they go away and say, oh, so now this they happen, well, I need for do this and this. We bosses and I'm not sure they go see this as anyone for them, because even the human rights were in commission themselves we then be do a report on we get a picture of where to meet, where to not meet, and where to actually meet, and then they give the brace up, because we self can do that same thing. We get the standard inspection units now, we correction. We then say they do it internally, then they go around the different centers. Then say they watch like waiting no more Mr. Fatoma then come in for look. Then say they look and I call the at the end of everything. Then can call the manager and tell and say, well, now this you meet, this you not meet, and this you partly. So the manager now gonna say, well, I need for improve this. But just like what they say, the numbers then are we problem. We know they decide how much inmates for coming per day. Sunday you go see the number they come in high. Sunday they see the number low. And what the facility will get now they make do with. We not get we know say if they don't come in with 50, we will say no. Now we not just get for keep them. Now then they not the thing.
For improvement in the near.
Yeah, I know say there is hope for improvement.
Therefore, keep the lawful one and reject the unlawful one.
Well, plenty thank you for joining us at the edition of the program. We'll be listening to Superintendent Nana Sise, Deputy Manager, Freeton Female Correctional Center, and also Alia. We'll be listening to Abdul M. Fatoma, Chief Executive for Chadi. We'll be look at the reports where Chadi do or observation we then do at the Male and Female Correctional Center na Freeton, who said and discover a lot of human rights issues them na the correctional service. Well, now this edition of the program, Good Morning Salon de Lefi for today. Plenty thank you to the production team for put the program together. Clifford Walker for in technical support. Fatimata Samurai Mary Kamara Bangura. We make una civil live na Facebook. So till then, Musa Kamade say have a wonderful day. Bye bye.
My name is Usman Kamara. Bye bye.
Radio Democracy 19